Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we are diving into a report from Mirion Technologies. It's a bit like peeking behind the curtain to see what really happened at their annual meeting and whether everyone got along or if there were some disagreements. Let's see what they voted on and what it means for the company. If you're into getting the real story from company reports, be sure to subscribe. We also have a Discord community. The link is in the description below. Join us there. This is a Form 8K filing, also known as a current report. Companies use these to tell investors about major events that could be important, sort of like a company's version of breaking news. In this case, it's all about what happened at Mirion Technologies' annual meeting of stockholders on May 15, 2025. The main focus here is on the results of the votes that took place at the annual meeting. Stockholders who are like the company's owners get to vote on important decisions, such as who sits on the board of directors. This filing tells us exactly how those votes went down. Let's talk about the election of directors. Directors are the people who oversee the company's strategy and make big decisions. Stockholders voted to elect 8 directors each for a 1-year term. Think of it like choosing the team captains for the next year. Let's look at how the votes played out. Here's where we see the vote counts for each director nominee. For Thomas D. Logan, we see over 77 million votes for, 0 against, and about 72 million abstentions. Then there's broker non-votes, which is around 13.8 million. A broker non-vote happens when a broker holding shares for someone else doesn't vote on certain issues, usually because they haven't received instructions from the shareholder. Basically, Logan got a lot of support. Kenneth C. Bockhorst also got a strong vote of confidence with over 182 million votes for, none against, and about 2 million abstentions with the same number of broker non-votes. It's worth noting that the broker non-votes are the same across all director nominees, meaning it likely reflects a consistent set of shares held by brokers who didn't vote on these proposals. Moving on, the next proposal was to ratify or approve the appointment of Deloitte and Touche L as the company's independent registered public accounting firm for the fiscal year ending December 31, 2025. These are the folks who check the company's financial statements to make sure everything is accurate. Here we see a massive vote in favour with over 92 million votes for, around 6.2 million against, and a tiny fraction abstaining. There aren't any broker non-votes for this proposal, which makes sense because these types of routine matters are usually voted on even without specific instructions from shareholders. This is a pretty standard procedure, but it's important for maintaining trust with investors. Finally, there was a non-binding advisory vote on the compensation of the company's top executives, also known as named executive officers. This is often called a say-on-pay vote. It's non-binding, meaning the company doesn't have to change anything based on the outcome, but it's a way for stockholders to voice their opinion on whether they think the executives are being paid fairly. In this case, there were over 105 million votes for, almost 9.8 million against, and a small number of abstentions with the usual chunk of broker non-votes. While the for votes won, the relatively high number of against votes might signal that some stockholders have concerns about executive pay levels. So what does all this mean? Well, it tells us that the proposed slate of directors was overwhelmingly approved by shareholders, and that the choice of accounting firm was also fine with pretty much everyone. The executive compensation vote, however, shows a little bit of dissent which the company might want to pay attention to going forward. Now, for my take on all this, Mirion Technology seems to have a pretty stable leadership structure, given the strong support for the director nominees. The fact that there was some pushback on executive compensation is not unusual. Many companies see similar votes, and it often prompts a review of how pay is structured. One thing that stands out is the consistent number of broker non-votes for the director elections. This suggests that a significant portion of the company's shares are held by brokers who either didn't solicit voting instructions or didn't receive them in time. While it didn't affect the outcome of the votes, it's something the company might want to look into to encourage more participation in future elections. Overall, I'd say Mirion is sailing on relatively calm waters, but they should keep an eye on those executive compensation concerns to make sure they don't turn into bigger waves down the line. Alright, that's our breakdown of Mirion Technologies' annual meeting. What are your thoughts on these results? Do you think the company is heading in the right direction? Drop your opinions in the comments. If this analysis was helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dives into corporate filings. Don't forget to join our Discord community, link in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.